For me, when I was first offered the opportunity to manage a team within recruitment, I must admit it was a bit of a baptism of fire, actually. I wasn't really expecting just how much time it was going to take up and then how my fees were going to be affected. What I quickly learnt, though, is that I had to try and dedicate some time to my team on a daily and weekly basis, but the vast majority of my time to still building my fees. So leading by example is probably the best way you can demonstrate to your team what needs to be done. On a weekly basis, at the start of the week perhaps, I would try and sit down individually with every team member and get them to tell you what they plan to achieve for that week. Obviously you need to manage that, so if what they're planning to do is not enough, you need to go through that with them. But often by asking an individual what they want to achieve, their aspirations are often greater than perhaps you would have thought of. Make sure their objectives are always SMART, so it must be very specific, it must be measurable, aspirational maybe, or certainly achievable, relevant to growing their business, but also time-bound, so they are going to achieve it this week, or maybe tomorrow, the day after. When somebody has set their objectives, get them to email them through to you as well. That commitment to writing down objectives or typing up objectives actually commits them to memory and means they're more likely to achieve them as well. Don't write them up for them. Of course, once objectives have been set, it's really important you do review the outcome as well. So at the end of the week, sit down for just 5 minutes and ask them to talk through how they have got on with those objectives. If they haven't achieved them, first of all, find out why. If you're not happy, it's important you do tell them. And then next week, when you set the new objectives for the week, reiterate the fact you expect them to be achieved. So for the rest of the week, try not to micromanage this individual. They know what they have to achieve, so leave them alone to get on with it. Obviously, if you're picking up the vibe that maybe nothing is happening, just the odd comment may suffice. So, how are you getting on with your objectives this week? Are you happy on where you're at? That might be sufficient to keep them on track.